Hey guys, welcome. Michael Rappaport here. Welcome to my new podcast. Only Muppets discussed on this podcast. Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Am I in the wrong green room? Yeah, Michael, you're in the wrong green room. Sorry. Please, where is it? Michael, get the fuck out of here, okay? Sir, what do you mean? What do you mean? I'm in the wrong. What? Yep, Michael, get out of here, dude. I don't understand what you're doing in here. Well, I just, dude, listen. Why? Wait. You don't really talk like that? No, this is how I really talk. Why do you sound like you're on a radio show? I don't know. Okay, guys. I don't know what the fuck that was. Okay. We'll be right back with only.
Show? Did he just appear in the show? We Skype
Get that menace out of here.
We'll be right back after this message with only murders discussed on this podcast. This episode of Only Murders Discussed on this podcast is sponsored by Only Tigers Discussed on this podcast, hosted by Michael Rappaport here. You can download that podcast and any podcast on the Andrew Stedel Podcast Network. So, that was a very interesting intro from our special guest, Michael Rappaport.
Yeah,
he was here. Not anyone. Spoilers, not in this episode at all, just so you know.
He had nothing else to do. He had to show up here.
No, but, this is Only Murders Discussed on this podcast. We have Henry, Seb, somewhere, probably not showing up here in the actual recording, but...
somewhere.
But yes, the podcast boys are back. Sadly, not for Fast 10. Maybe in 20 years we'll get... Since that would be in production hell, who knows? But
the Vin Diesel show.
Oh yeah,
family. I can't believe they actually made it a reference in Shazam. I was like, really? Come on, really? Okay. But that's not what you came here for. You're an avid fan of Only Murders in the Building. That's what you came here for, right? Well, we're in season 2, episode 3, the last day of Bunny Folger. So if you haven't seen season 1, well, what the hell are you doing here? Come on, get caught up. Go see the other 2 episodes as well.
Yes.
But you are warned. Spoilers for 1 through 3, season 2 and season 1. All obviously, you know who the killer is of Tim Kono.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying that for anybody that this is your time to leave in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Jan.
Yeah. Those dry ass pizza rolls.
For anybody, okay, right. You're already. Don't get mad at me now. You were already warned. Okay, now don't get mad at me. All right. But yes, should we just get into it? Oliver, he's just. This is something he does repeatedly throughout the episode. Gets that microphone out.
Mm-hmm.
The perfect crime. Oh, so very nearly. But there's one thing the killer did not anticipate. A witness who has bravely agreed to an Only Murders in the Building exclusive. So our listeners, who killed Bunny Folger? Mrs. Gambolini. Fuck you, Oliver! Well, alrighty then. Yes, as you can see, Mrs. Gambolini is not cooperating at all with Oliver, as you can see right away. She's like, nah, I'm not talking. You're the cops. I'm not talking. But Oliver, he's like, well, fuck you too. It's basically like, fuck off.
Yeah, if you were expecting something big out of that stinger from last episode, don't.
Nope. But no, he's like, come on, tell me, who is it? Who is it? Whatever, you're just an annoying bird anyways. But Charles has some advice though. He's like, you see, you don't do it like that. You gotta do it the other way, kind of do it like this, it's not annoying. Maple's like, what are you all talking about over there?
Having a bunny off.
Yeah.
You got to talk like Bunny, you know, like this. Like this, you know. But even before that, Charles is like, you know, what the hell? Like, and Oliver is like, whatever, you know, screw Bunny. Hey, that's my half possible sister that could have been resulted because of unprotected sex and the sexual nature that. And Mabel's like, please stop. I'm
Yeah.
uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, the story that he told us that.
It's like Luke and Leia. It's like
Yeah.
I was getting those vibes. I'm like, oh no,
Ah.
no, please
you have the
save
same
us.
daddy.
Charles,
No.
Dad.
Yes, but Oliver, he wants to know if Charles, is who he says he is, and Charles is like, well, I did kiss Bunny in the lips actually, so it was a Christmas party. It was in the cheek. I mean, and then we locked lips. And then we got into some tongue action, but there was eggnog involved, so I'm like, this is getting progressively dirtier. I don't like this.
And Mabel's like, stop.
Yes, Mabel, save us.
Yes, please.
But Oliver's like, you deal with this, Mabel. She's like, yes, I shall. So you have two options here, buddy. I slap you in the face and say, snap out of it, or we skip to the part where you say, thanks, kid. That was tough to hear, but I needed it. And of course, Charles is like, not the slapping one, please. Right away, he's like, no. We don't need the slapping one. But Oliver, he's still trying to get that bird to talk. He's like, I'm the bad cop. Tell me who the fuck did it. Who murdered Bunny? But that bird's like, no, I'm not telling you. Fuck you.
Charles did a good impression of Bunny, I'll say.
I will say that. Because he's like, this is what you gotta do. You gotta say like this. But you know, before like Charles can even try it, he's like, well, it does remind me of this story from the Elephant Man. You know, I must tell you about this real elephant. And they're like,
Charles.
have you tried talking to it like, you know, Bunny? Bunny? Why would I do that? I don't know. Seems like a good idea. So Oliver's kind of like, ah. That's the best way I can describe it. He goes,
Oliver was really close. Charles tried.
he's like, ah.
No,
Ah.
they try to do their best like Wario impression.
We just lost like 10% of the audience right now. Ah. Ah. That's the best way I can do it. I swear we're moving on now. This is not the Oogie Loves and the Great Balloon Adventure. Okay, folks, don't worry. We're not gonna do offensive things here. But Charles, he's like, well, that's a terrible impression. See, you need to raise your voice without raising your voice. So you gotta kind of talk like a mobster, like this. Oliver, bless his heart, he keeps trying. Hi, what's up? And clearly, this is getting nowhere because the bird's like, the fuck are y'all doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Mabel is just in the corner, like, what are you guys doing? Like,
Stop messing around.
I have a feeling that they just sat them down. They were like, all right, guys, we don't have a script for this part. Just do it. Because that's how it feels.
Just improvise.
They're like, okay, so we wrote the base idea, but we don't have anything for you to say. Oh, really now? So you ask Steve Martin and Martin Short to improvise, huh? Okay, all right, let's go do our thing.
Let's just cut the rest.
But Mabel's like, all right, stop. We're not making any progress. But, Charles, he goes over what they do know, though. Bunny was killed by a knitting needle and a still missing knife. Her last words were 14 and savage. Too bad it's not 21. Sorry, I had to make a pun. Keep going. All right. 3, she got threatened with notes saying she has to give up her pricey painting of her dad's Jimmy Sack. Or else.
Yeah.
I swear, I had food on the brain and I'm like, whoops. Wrong Jimmy. Jimmy McCracken, I don't care. All right. Enough with the no. Keep going. But in the process of trying to figure out what they have, Abel finds receipts from March 12th, the day Bunny died.
The last day.
The title. He said the title.
he said the thing. He said the thing. But Charles, he knows that they saw Bunny that day. He's like, oh yes, I remember that day. I remember.
Remember it like it was yesterday.
And they all. I was trying not to look. I'm like, oh, whoops. But they all look at each other for a brief moment, and Oliver starts recording again. Oliver is telling us about Bunny's last day on Earth. We go over the question of what was your last day on Earth like, if you knew it. Oh yes, let's recreate the last day. Kind of reminiscent of that whole thing that they did with the whole fans and episode 1, but we actually see it this time instead of people reenacting it, basically. But we flash back to the last day. Bunny was alive. And for reference, this is technically after the last episode of season 1. In the continuity, technically, parts of it are
kind of in between.
Yeah.
Somewhere. This is a bridging piece. This part.
It's like sandwiched in between.
Timeline's confusing, by the way, but I'll talk about it.
Yeah, the continuity is a little confusing, but
Yeah.
at least it's not as bad as F10 or sorry F9. F10 isn't out.
Oh yeah.
Guys, I'm from the future. All right. So Brie Larson plays Captain Murphy. Captain Marvel. Sorry, it's Marvel, so they have to say she's Captain Murphy, not Captain Marvel. I'm Captain Murphy. This is my car. All right, but yes, we flash back to Bunny on her last day. Bunny's bird is telling her over and over again, "Wake up! Wake up!" Bunny's like, shut up. Where's the snooze on you? But I can't believe this is my last day.
What?
As board president.
Oh, okay. All right.
Dramatic pause. Look towards the camera.
I mean, they had her pause.
Yeah.
It's like,
It was a
As
long
board
ass pause.
president. I'm like,
you
are we
know?
breaking the fourth wall here? What's going on?
I was like, is he gonna die today? What the fuck? What's the mystery? Oh.
This is breaking the fourth wall. But yes, we have that great theme going on, which I think this is that was actually a pretty good one. I'm like, oh, that's actually a good cut to the theme. All right. Because sometimes it's kind of hit or miss. Takes a little too long. They don't go too far enough. But this one, they're like, all right, we got an intro, we got an opening gag, and then we're gonna open up with Bunny theme. All right, getting to it. All right, we're getting into it. But Bunny appears to be listening to. We'll just say Cox News. Cox News. We'll say. That's the one we don't mention doesn't exist in this universe. Some DJs complaining about. I guess we'll say political stuff. Let's just say that. But he's like, oh, man, like, you have to pay $20 for a cup of coffee. He's basically complaining about gentrification, basically,
Mhm.
as all radio DJs do in New York. I don't live there. Don't quote me on that. People who live in New York. That's what I'm told, though. But yes, Bunny appears to be reading a pamphlet about Florida, and I'm like, Bunny, are you sure? Bunny, are you sure? Just saying. All right. And the fourth wall break. But she's possibly looking for a vacation. She's like, oh yes, vacation. Or she's gonna die, I guess. I don't know.
Where's her move?
She's like, all right, from New York to Florida. But Bunny, she appears. Whoops. Line. But she takes a sip of her drink, starts reading the paper. As you know, people do in the morning. Like, let me read what's going on in the world. She finds an article about Jane the musician, the killer. I'm like, all right, whatever. No, it's sports related. Oh no. But she's kind of pumping that iron, lifting them weights, preparing for her speech.
Getting swole.
I mean, she's going for it. She's like, all right, I'm gonna make jokes about those motherfuckers being pests and how my mother failed to warn me about you.
Pause for laughter.
I mean, she's
Just
like,
kidding.
she's like reading the lines, like, pause.
That was a good speech, though.
But then she gets all emotional, like, but serving you. And I was like, dang, she's getting serious. She's like, I'm not gonna let those motherfuckers see me cry or see emotion. And I'm like,
Yeah, I was like, she likes her job.
I'm like,
Look like it.
wait, what? Is this actual dramatic acting? What is going on here? But yes, she's like, well, what the hell? What the hell's going on? She can't even finish her speech. What the hell's that music? I guess quiet time is over. And that's going to be a revolving theme of this episode, that vent. So pay attention. But we cut to a montage of Bunny getting ready for her day. I didn't catch the song, so I sorry about that, folks. But it's worth noting that Bunny does not know, or does know, about the secret elevator. She used it. She knows.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe her family told her a thing or two about that little building. She goes down, gets her coffee. I gotta say, Bunny has it made. She has this like really nice thing in her cart. Pop her coffee right there, It's right there for easy access, right there. I mean, Bunny knows how to live. Apparently, she's like, "Hey, man, what's up? Give me my shit." She's like a different person when she's out in the town.
Yeah.
Like she knows a vendor.
She's got like friends out there. I'm like, oh wow, she actually knows people out here. Okay. But she walks up to the building to see employees not working. Uh-oh. What are they doing? Eating food. I mean, Bunny went into manager mode right away. She's like, all right, well, I see this is a lovely mess that you guys have made.
To be fair, I mean, they left a mess outside. Like, Lester, what the fuck, man? You can't eat cake? Just throwing plates on the floor? Come on.
To be fair, there's this thing called, throwing it away when you're... I was like,
Yeah, right.
okay, he's kind of acting like it's not a big deal. And I'm like, come on, dude. Like,
Do
come
you
on.
know how much rent is here? Like, people don't want to see trash.
Come on.
And she's like saying, oh, you're less you're less useless than a nun with tits. And I was like, damn, Bunny,
Yeah,
you got jokes over here now.
The zingers.
This person.
I had to pause. I was like, damn,
That
that
was-
shit was funny.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, it was funny.
I'm like, did she just like say it? And they were like, shit. Keep that in the cut. That was good.
Really good.
But Lester says he's sorry because he's eating cake. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, Bunny. I'm on my break.
Yeah, dude, who is this Lester? He just didn't care. Like, I'll throw trash on the floor. I'm like,
Yeah,
you're
what's
my
up with
boss.
Lester?
Gotta
Because
go
like before
fuck.
that, well, I don't know. Lester has been kind of hit or miss. There's times where he's like, he shows compassion. He's this awesome guy, and he he clearly cares a little bit about his job. But then there are times I noticed where he's like, oh,
Yeah.
Because
okay.
your job, as long as you stay out of
He was
Bunny's
like a
way.
jerk in this part. He was like
I don't. Yeah, I don't know what that was all about. I'm like, what is the tension between him and Bunny? Like,
I don't know.
I don't get it, man.
I guess when
Whatever.
she's leaving, he's like, I don't care anymore. I don't have to
I
protect you
guess.
anymore.
But at least Ursula's like, here you go, some inspection papers. Do this, and at least Ursula's like, oh, this place is gonna fall apart without you. And
Yeah.
she's like, oh, you'd say the same with Nina in charge. She's like, nah, probably not. She's like, oh, what are you gonna do with your free time? And she's like, oh, well, I'm just curious about this spot in Boca because it doesn't have winter. But Bunny's like, she's like, oh, what the hell's that over there though? I gotta go see what the hell's going. She's full on like, all
Gotta
right,
go break up the fun.
gotta go be a Karen real quick. Hold on, let me get in Karen mode a little bit.
She gotta get in Gertrude mode.
Yes, but it appears the crew is having a meet and greet with the fans. They're having a meet up. They're like, oh yeah, I'm like, wait, hold on. They got merch over here.
Yeah.
They're breaking a couple of rules over here, but we'll get into
Bunch
it.
of
They're telling Oliver's like, of course Oliver's the one telling the story at first. He's like, oh yes, weary travelers, we defeated the Jan, the murderer, and they're of course they're like, wait, is that really how that happened? Well, that's Charles jumps in. He's like, that's not quite how it happened. And Oliver's like, nah. Oliver's like, he's like, shit. But Bunny, I don't know. They're like, hey, Bunny, you want some? She's like, tisk tisk tisk. You're breaking a gathering rule here, buddy, without the board's approval. And what is Oliver trying to do? He tries to be a sweetheart. Oh, can we have your approval?
Hell no.
Now, I firmly believe that this actress was done with Martin Short. She was like, fuck no. I think that shit was improvised because she was too angry. That was real. That was real anger right there. She's like, hell no. No hesitation. Fuck no. Get the hell out of here. And she's like, is that an open flame? Which I'm like, okay, Bunny, calm down. It's a candle. Now you're overstepping a little bit. That's a candle. Come on.
Candle in the shape of a gun.
Come. Oh yes. Because apologies to our viewers out there who agree with the Second Amendment. Are they gone? Fuck y'all. Anyways.
Mabel's artsy, she needs a candle in the shape of a gun.
But he's like, oh come on. The fans are like stepping in, like, oh well, they should cut some slack. They help save the building. Bunny's like, and you should mind your own business.
Are you selling unsolicited merch on a property without approvals? Like, oh shit.
But then that fan is like, Bunny, after they have some arguments going on, I used to think it was you, the killer, because Tim was behind in his building fees and all that, but I don't know. I just didn't like a woman in power, and they're like, oh, whoa, Marv, whoa, whoa, Marv. All right, you're going a little Andrew Tate there. Calm down there, Marv.
Please, calm down.
Calm down there, Marv. Listen, we love you, buddy, but stop listening to Andrew Tate. Calm down, okay? All righty.
Hopefully, he doesn't have his own podcast.
Oh,
I swear to God, they got to do a joke where Marv is like, "Oh man, and I hate Amy Schumer. She's just a woman in power. I don't like comedians. Women comedians are not funny."
hope Marvel doesn't have.
Plug for Miss Pat. Go check out Miss Pat. Good female comedian out there. Oh, sorry. Anyways, but Bunny asks, "Do you have a permit to sell that merchandise?" No. Well, he didn't get the board's approval neither. So, and what happens? Nina swishes in like,
Oh,
yes.
fuck. Yeah.
Let me tell you all about these rules, motherfucker. Get the fuck out of here.
Looking like a sperm.
But then they walk away. They do their shtick. They tell them off, and then Nina and her walk away. And before the scene is over, I thought this was really cute. They kind of back up the camera a little bit. Charles is like, "I'll take a mug."
Yeah.
It's like,
That was cool.
I'll take a mug, please. Thank you very much, sir. But
Before you
we
go.
pan over to Bunny and Nina. And this is very. I want to give these actors credit. This scene is very serious, by the way. Barely any joking. Deadpan serious. Really well done. Now Bunny and Nina are on the bench. Bunny's telling Nina about the flowers, but well, the other way around. Nina's like, "Oh, what are the flowers for?" And Bunny's like, "Well, you know." But Bunny brings up that there may be snow next week, and Nina's like, "I've already talked to Lester about it. We'll put some hats down." It's clear that Bunny is like caring a lot about the building as we go on. She's like, "Oh well, that needs to be fixed," and she's like, "Bunny, I got it covered. Okay, I need you to have some fun. Okay." And then we get this very interesting part with Nina kind of massaging her leg, saying it's hurt, and she's like, "Huh, what's that over there?" "Oh, it's this thing that I do. It helps. The midwife. To push the area to induce labor." And I'm like, I wonder if any of this is actually real. I'm not educated enough on this, folks. So apologies if I don't know enough about it to know if it's accurate or not. So just apologizing in advance. But Bunny, she's clearly, sees that Nina's a little stressed. She's like, "Oh, are you sure you can handle this place?" "Oh, absolutely. I can handle this place. I'm just gonna get that baby on a strap, and we're gonna get going in that building. But Bunny, she's like, "You gotta watch out for them sketchy tenants, though." He's like, "Yeah, I know." But Nina's now massaging her foot because it rotates the fetus. Again, I don't know if that really does that or not. Because it's acupuncture. I don't know. Could be. It stimulates the contracts. All that stuff. And he's like, "Can you please not have this baby on the bench? But if you do," and Nina's quick with it. She's like, "Yes, yes, yes. I know. The mop is in the closet on the second floor. Bunny, I need you to relax, okay? I got this, okay?" But then Bunny, she's putting those flowers up. But then we cut to Bunny with Uma, and Uma's like, "Florida, sorry, Florida?
Why?
Why Florida?" Thank you. Terrible New York accent. Everybody, tell me in the comments how that's awful. I appreciate it. Florida. It sounds more like I'm doing a 1930s impersonator. "Hello, kiddies. Let's go to Florida. Alrighty, okay." And somebody who was born in the 1930s is like, "That was awful. That's terrible. That was god awful. What are you doing?" Let's make that the new podcast. Ah, folks, how you doing? It's only murders in the building.
Oh my god.
Could you
Old timey
imagine?
voice.
That's the whole way I talked the episode. All right, Seb, what'd you think about this part of the episode there? Kiddo, how you doing? All right, let's get back on track. But, Bunny, but I'm trying to get serious, folks. Let's get serious. This is a serious discussion about Florida, which is a very, very rare occurrence of Florida being seen in a positive light in television, by the way. Might I add, I want to say, just side rant, the fact that they don't go hard on Florida, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
who fucking wrote this shit?
Not one Florida joke.
I'm like, really? Okay, alrighty. Yeah, but Bunny, she's like, why not me? Why can't I have a life as a snowbird? And Uma's like, well, I do have a cousin in Tallahassee. Oh, really? Is he a T-Pain fan? Nah, he just what's that? To clarify, she doesn't actually ask that, just so you know. That's a deep reference for anybody that actually is a T-Pain fan.
Dude, what was funny about this scene is I could tell like Uma was the actress was really cold because she was like, I cannot wait to get out of the scene. I'm out here in the streets of New York City. Everybody
yeah.
looked like they were having a miserable time.
You have to be fair, It probably sucks to film outside for
Dude,
actors
it
who aren't
looked like
used
it
to
was
it.
cold.
Yeah, in New York too. Mm-mm.
New York? Oh yeah, that shit's cold. She's like, well, and like what the fuck? Oh yeah, he just sweats a lot, and he's got fungus in his armpits. I'm like, ew, gross. Thanks for telling me that. Well, is that your cute way of telling me not to go to Florida? Oh no, you go to Florida. No, you go ahead. But I do have the key to your place, and maybe I'll slip into your stuff. That's not weird at all. as they cutely say "fuck you" to each other by flipping each other off, isn't that funny? They're like "fuck you," and I guess that's how they end conversations because they're like, "All right, goodbye."
Everybody outside of the conversation would be like, "What the fuck's going on with this?"
That is a weird way to end the conversation.
Well, fuck you. See you later.
Could you imagine? You see that in New York, just casually
down the street.
two
Well, this is New York, I guess.
two old ladies just flipping each other off, telling
Yeah.
each other "fuck you."
I'll see you
Casually.
later.
All right, see you later. Part ways. Like they're NPCs in a fucking mafia game.
Oh no.
All right, see you later. That's how it felt to me. I was like, who programmed this? Fucking 2K Games? This shit, dude. But Bunny gets a phone call from somebody. What the hell? What the fuck? What about the painting? Stop calling me. We don't know who the fuck that is because she doesn't say. Somebody's calling about this goddamn painting. We don't know who the fuck it is. But Bunny, Bunny has this little interesting moment. She like looks at the mirror, kind of spruces up her hair. She kind of smiles a little bit, like, "Oh yeah, all right, we got it." Kind of like, "Oh yeah," kind of, just building herself up a little bit. I thought that was a nice little good moment, Nice little a little wholesome moment there for a second. That's kind of like, oh, that's cool. I like that. But we hear Charles doing a monologue about Bunny's last day. She did her usual routine, including reading the riot act, whatever the fuck that is. Somebody tell me what the fuck that is. I don't know. But somewhere in between that routine is a signal that the day is anything but normal. All right, moving on. A waiter greets Bunny, asking her how well she's doing today, obviously. She's like, everything usual, but I'm old, as they say to each other. Obviously this is something they keep repeating to each other every day, and they haven't gotten tired of it, clearly. Bunny wants her usual, whatever that is. We don't actually ever find out, oddly enough. But the waiter tells her, coming right up. I don't know why I said that so dramatically. I could have just said, coming right up. But he comes back and he's like,
is your mademoiselle, is your friend coming? And she's like, what? Friend? I don't have any friends. She gets all offended. Friend? Well, it's not my friend. They're not coming. Uh, Bunny, she's like, hey, before anything can continue in that conversation, the waiter walks away. Oliver's like, yes, oh, hey, son, I love you. Bunny, hello there, darling. How are you doing? But oh, that's right. I apologize, folks. I'm sorry. I missed the dialogue. This great dialogue about Oliver's like, oh yes, son. Now I'm so proud of you. You're directing something dead. It's just a school play. And then fast forward. Oh, Bunny, how are you doing over there? Hi, Oliver. How are you doing? Oh, this is your son, the one that broke the window when he was 10. You still haven't paid for that, right? Oh, uh, anyways, so I see you're moving to Florida. How was that? Oh, it's somewhere lovely to, live in the warmth. Uh-huh. Oh, well, I'm going to mansplain to you that you're just going to live in this building forever and, everybody will smell your dead body. He straight up just starts mansplaining, and I'm like,
Yeah.
is anybody going to stop this guy? No. Nobody? Okay. But, Oliver laughs very awkwardly and moves on to tell Bunny he's celebrating, with his crew in the Tim Kono case. Goodbye. And Oliver's son is like, how did she know about the window? Well, I guess she's a witch. I don't know. Ooh, the curse of the bunny. I know about the broken glass.
Even though we know 100% that Oliver probably told her and just forgot.
Probably. He's like, yeah, probably.
Because I think that's a detail about her character that shows throughout this episode, that she kind of remembers things that people seem to forget. They tell her, she's just like remembers random facts.
Yeah, she's very attentive because she was talking to Dino like, "Oh, don't talk about
That'll come into play later.
She knows too much. She knows too much. She gotta go.
Yes, but Bunny, she finally gets that thing called a check, from the waiter. We finally learned the waiter's name is Ivan. He's like, yes. So here's for the food, and she just drops like a dollar bill, whatever. And here's some cash, and I'm like, okay, Bunny.
Yeah. I was like,
where'd you get that? What crime racket are you doing over here that you get that stack of cash? Immediate offer. You can't. She starts turning into the Godfather here. I gave you an offer. You can't refuse.
It's like, I can't take that. It's like, yes, you can.
Yeah, because she said it's like 20% of like the usual amount that she gets somehow.
And I'm like,
what's going on?
Yeah, what the hell is going on? I'm like, what? What the hell is going on with that? I'm like, huh? I feel like there's something that we don't know that they're gonna tell us in the future. Because I'm like,
I don't know if I'm the only one who thinks it, but do you guys think that she has a thing for him, or maybe I'm just reading it too much?
I was gonna make a joke that he was probably escort, but
oh shit!
I didn't think about this till now.
I was thinking it.
Mean,
wait a minute.
Because if she was looking through the glass, kind of like fixing her hair before she went to the diner.
Oh my god!
I don't know, man.
No, that's different.
There's like some tension there.
For a little bit of money, you can get a little funny with Bunny.
Yeah, There's a tension there.
No,
Like,
no, it actually makes
what?
sense now when I think about it. Oh my god, no.
That's
No,
her.
that's different for me now.
Use your money for your DJ set.
I just thought she was like, oh yeah.
That's her sugar baby.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what's going on.
Oh no. Oh no. It must be. No. No.
That's Mr.
No.
Fickle.
Oh my god, no. I can't.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Mm.
Hmm.
They would all make sense because the next line is she's like, "Oh, go buy some DJ equipment." I'm like, "Oh no." Now it's starting to sound like, "Oh, I'm just doing this to like get through school." It's starting to sound like that
Yeah.
because there was like an awkward pause
Oh,
where he didn't think about it for a second. He was like, "Okay."
yeah.
He thought
Yeah, she was
about
a
it like,
little too happy. A
"Okay."
little too happy to see him. Yeah.
But he takes the money and Bunny's like, "All right." But she starts getting all deep on him like, "But you need to promise me one thing. To not only love one thing, because if you only love one thing, that one thing goes away and you're left with nothing."
Yeah. I think that line sells it to me because, like, even his expression, he was like, "I think I know what you mean, but happened between."
He's like, yeah, but I can't talk about this at work. So you mean iced tea, right?
Oh, you made the IT, right? Yeah.
She's like, and the man hears me. So I feel like maybe they're talking in code, since
Mm.
maybe it's kind of reminding me of like secret operations, in public. Like, all right,
I,
this is our transaction. Although I don't know why you would be giving him an envelope of money in a restaurant so publicly. That's just kind of weird.
Yeah, because I know someone's like, what kind of shit is
Yeah.
going on over
Somebody's
here?
gonna be like,
It's
"Damn,
like
grandma's stacked though. What the fuck?"
all that money he got, just out in the opens, like he's gonna get robbed.
Yeah, that was not smart.
Yeah, I was like, Bunny, this is not a Mr. Beast video. Go give it to him afterwards.
Yeah.
Come on.
But I think I looked at it in a way that I think she's in love with him, with her escort. I think he was reciprocating the same feeling. So when he said, like, "Oh, you mean the iced tea, right?" I think she was winning. I was like, "Yeah, I mean the
I
iced tea."
think he understood, but he just was like, all right, this
Yeah,
is
he was
getting
like,
off
"Nah, I'm
now.
not. Yeah, I'm not indulging that." And she was like,
Yeah, he's
"All
like, no.
right, give me the iced tea, I guess."
He was like, no, no.
Poor Bunny.
But whatever, we cut the button. I don't know how we
Michael
suddenly.
Rappaport was there.
Oh no.
We saw the transaction going. I was like, "Hey, hold on. You're
No,
on
Don't.
Bunny had a complicated life. No.
Yeah.
No. Don't. Oh. Uh-oh.
Oh shit.
You spoke him into existence, Seb. Oh no. He's here. All right, get the
Are
hell
you
out of here.
guys making transaction in
Oh.
the diner?
Oh, hold on. Oh, I got. Oh, hold on. Oh no! Don't pay attention to the man behind the counter. Michael, what are you doing? Oh, I don't know. Michael, we've been through this. You don't talk like that. Uh, Fine. All right.
Yeah, get out of here for
Yeah,
start throwing smoke
goodbye.
at.
Get out of here. You're not a real New
They
Yorker.
said
Come on,
drug
get out of here.
bust.
Well, I was in a Spike Lee movie. That's the only way people know me now. I don't know why he turned into Kermit though.
Woody Allen for
I'm
some
Michael
reason.
Rappaport. I
Is
was
that
in a
Woody
Spike
Allen?
Lee movie. That's how he kind of sounds to me some days. Oh yeah, this guy's stealing, man. I'm like, yeah, dude. Muppets, let's go get him. Let's go get him. Could you imagine? You just dub over Spike. Michael Rappaport's lines. You see, I know what's hip. I know what the hippity. I can't even quote half the lines he does in that movie. Actually, I'm not getting canceled out here. I ain't doing that shit. Oh, but we cut to Bunny entering the elevator, but Charles and Mabel want in the elevator too. Charles, he just like, wait, bring right before that elevator closes. And Bunny is clearly not loving that Charles and Mabel, But Charles is like, oh, would you like a glass, madame, for your alcoholic beverage? Well, of course, I don't have a problem with that. And then Charles is like, oh, champagne is not really champagne unless it's from the region of Champagne, which I'm like, what kind of
Charles, shut the fuck up.
like Charles?
Shut up.
What kind of when did you go Hollywood? Fucking scruffy, fucking. Oh yes, I drink the champagne. Like what
Champagne.
Actually.
like what did you sell out, dude? What is this? What are you doing?
Pretentious prick.
But he asks Mabel, oh, where's that from? Keith Foods on 81st Street. Yeah, it's a nice vineyard. Yeah. He's kind of like, yeah.
Trash champagne. That's not.
Bunny's like, yeah, y'all done over there? But Mabel's like, hi, how you doing? Some nice stuff in your cart. It's some board game meeting, board meeting snacks. But before this conversation can go any forward, the elevator stops. Oh God! Oh no! I'm gonna die here. I mean, Charles is, he was all like macho and like cool, come and collect before. But the minute those lights turn off, that elevator he turns into fucking scared mode. He's like,
Oh
God, no!
I can't feel the air.
I had to go to the bathroom. I should have went before I got an elevator.
and mind you, Bunny is just like, oh, shut up, you baby. But Charles, he's like, all right, the firefighters are coming. And clearly Charles is just not taking this well at all. He's like freaking out more. Bunny's like, chill. All right. The hair. It's not. Chill out, okay? All right. What's this? A slight breeze in the wind. I was like, wait, what is this avant-garde acting you're doing now? The breeze in the wind. Abel's like, as Bunny's like opening up the thing and like kind of doing a mini game in the elevator, like figuring shit out.
Yep.
I'm like, wait. Can board member presidents do this? I guess. I don't know.
Her lock picking skills is on 100.
She's like opening it up. I'm like she's doing an illegal procedure, by the way, fixing this shit.
She's doing the mini game, like you said.
It's her building, so I get it.
I guess legally she could do it. She's like, all right. Mabel's like, oh, you're a badass. She's like, yeah, I know. And here I thought I was a cranky old bitch. Yeah.
Well, that too.
Yeah.
And Bunny's just like kind of taking it well though. She's kind of laughing it off. Elevator starts working again. Charles is like, oh, anyways, Bunny, what would we do without you? And she's like, kind of walking away slowly, like, I know, bitch. I know. But Bunny has to have that last word. She turns to Charles and Mabel and goes, you know what I realized? I fucking hate the heat. So I'm like, well, I guess Florida's out.
Yeah, that was the question.
She's like, I think maybe this is Bunny. Maybe. Okay, tell me if I'm reading into this wrong. Maybe I'm reading into this wrong, but maybe I have something here. Does Bunny possibly have commitment issues? Because it seems a theme going on here is 1 minute, next minute she wants.
I could say I would say that Bunny doesn't like change.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what it is,
Where she's like comfortable in this position. She's lived in this building for most of her life. She's had this position for so long. And anytime she has to make a big decision, it's like, well,
she's
maybe I should make the decision, stay where I am. It's like,
yeah.
Oh man,
I
but
think that's
Florida,
probably what it is.
It's like
Florida,
Moving to Florida is too much.
Yes.
I mean,
She's
we
like,
get
no.
it because Florida, but also like,
Florida.
I guess she also liked helping people because, like, I guess she felt happy. Like, I actually helped. I said it easier.
She did indirectly. I'm like, I thought about it more. Some of the things she did in season 1, and I'm like, maybe she did it mean spiritedly, but she did what she thought was the best thing she could do for the building in the scenario. I thought about it a little bit more. I'm like, she's kind of coming off as an asshole a little bit, but she's genuinely trying. And the problem is there's a lot of stuff conflicting together of like people telling her stuff, and there's some things that we'll get into in a little bit here why that's happening for sure. But Bunny, she finally takes off that coat, whatever. She gets in there and goes, what? No. Oh, surprise! Oh, I guess it's not her place. That's correct. It's the board meeting.
Yeah.
Correction, not her place. Board meeting, surprise birthday party for Bunny. And Howard's like, oh well, we did decorations. Do you love it? No. Look on her face.
Too much.
I do gotta say I love the visual gag though. They don't address it at all, but he's like, oh, I got you a hat.
Yeah.
And it says,
yeah. Oh, that hat was hilarious.
you're done.
Like, you're done. I'm like, God damn, who would buy someone like
wow, talk about like foreshadowing. This is so many levels.
Oh
of
yeah, I didn't
you're done
yeah.
in multiple things.
You're done.
You're done.
What an asshole move. You're done.
How is
Okay.
she suck up? I told her this is too much, right? It's too much.
He's like, whatever, all right. But she lets out a good sigh, like it's just too much, right? But Howard, he goes on. He's like, all right. He's trying to talk to that bird again. Hello. Bird's like a cat that like doesn't have any interest in a person.
Don't like you, Howard.
You gonna pet me or what? Like I don't want to talk to you, bitch.
yeah, because you know, pet me if not, get the fuck out my face.
But I guess the therapist is back. He's here.
Yeah, I was like, dude, he's back. Where have you been?
I guess he's a board member too. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Oh,
okay. All right. I
This
didn't
other
know that,
guy-
but okay.
I wonder if he takes
This
Cash
other guy
App
that we
too.
never saw. Yeah. Like, what the hell is this
I do think it's very interesting throughout this whole thing. Doesn't try to sell his therapy.
No.
Not once. I found that to be so interesting.
It was interesting.
He's like, all right, we're in a meeting. No.
Back.
Oh. What's that? I guess the dog had some things to say about the podcast. Anyways. He's like, oh, well, you seem upset about us moving the birdcage. Oh, sorry. That was Howard telling that to the therapist. Correction. And straight up, he's like, Howard, you're a sad man, aren't you?
Yeah.
I'm
Like, damn.
yeah.
You know
I
what?
love that.
That is rude. Like, think about it now. Him being the therapist, it's like that's just mean.
Yeah.
He's like, bitch, I ain't on the clock. Clock in, and I'll be nice to you.
Like, I'll be blunt. I don't know.
I do have to say though, I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm not gonna verge on to a conversation about there. Let's not do that. We'll be here all day. let's not do that.
Like, I don't. Damn.
I don't want to lose the audience. I'm like, we could have a serious conversation about how therapists can be on your side, but also I do want to acknowledge therapists are supposed to be somewhat unbiased and be like, but hey, what about that thing you did to your friend? Like, now obviously what he did was a little too far though. Like,
Oh no, yeah, that was
straight. If I paid my therapist and they said that to me, I'd be like, all right.
I want my money back. Give me a refund.
Yeah, no, that was
I'm like, what is this therapist on BetterHelp.com?
It's like,
I guess
Because
since they're friends, I guess you can talk to.
I guess
That was a dick move.
we couldn't
Come
blame
on,
him. No, he's like, hey, Howard, you never paid me for a session, so get the fuck out of here.
man. Right.
Howard's just like Howard's getting roasted this whole season, by the way. Poor
Oh
Howard.
yeah. I mean, Howard's an asshole, but poor Howard.
He is a little bit of okay. He's kind of an asshole, but he does it in such a way where like you can't hate him because he's trying to be likable and he's trying to be sweet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of talking in this nature where
Yeah.
he talks like this. But like the things he's saying are very assholeish. But I'm like, I feel like
Yeah.
I know people like this.
But it's also
Like I have a really good friend who talks like in the sarcastic nature. Like he's a really nice guy, but the way he talks, I'm like, I really think at the end of the day, Howard is just doing the acting out like this because he just wants friends.
I don't know.
It
But I think
makes
he's
total
also
sense.
I think he's also kind of like a kind of two-faced guy because he'll
A
try
little
to
bit.
just to be on everyone's side. He's trying to be on Bunny's side, but he's also trying to be on Nina's side. I'm like, oh, this dude has no look.
Yeah.
Yeah, talking
Well,
out of both sides of your mouth.
Yeah, it's like come on, like, this
Yeah, it's like
so bad.
there's some things to take into account
He
with
was
what happens
immoral.
next. But you know, Bunny's like, all right, this is our mention of. I don't have an Amy Schumer picture queued up. Sorry, folks. All right, give me 5 minutes. Let me get the bit. I'm not opening up Brave for that. All right, so let me open up Amy Schumer. They're gonna cancel me for doing that impression. They're like, no, don't do it. No, don't be Andrew Tate 2.0. I swear,
No.
I wasn't trying to be. Please, internet, don't cancel me. I swear.
I swear I find her funny.
But she's well, episode 2, not too bad actually. Sometimes. But you know, Amy Schumer is renovating the penthouse, which is I found it to be so interesting that they mentioned this, but no mention of Sting.
Yeah,
Isn't that weird?
I mean
Now,
they mentioned like that she made a better renovation thing had before. Howard apparently not like.
I don't know. Apparently, without permits, though.
Working at a
She's,
TV
she,
something.
she's like, thoughts? Thoughts on this? Well, I don't know. I mean, some other dude. Do we ever find out his
Yeah,
name?
this other guy. I
This
was like, who
other
is this
guy's
guy?
just here.
Mm.
Like, who's this
I
random
gotta like
guy?
look it up when we're done. I'm like, does he? Okay, like obviously I shouldn't look it up. That'd be probably be a spoiler because I checked. I went back.
Nah, he
Because
was
everybody else in the subtitles name this guy.
new.
No name. We don't know who the fuck this guy is. He's just
I mean,
suddenly we have him roped into this episode.
yeah. I mean,
Oh
just like
yes.
Nina. Like, where was Nina before? She just popped out of nowhere this season. Like, I'm here. I was a board member.
The whole time.
I guess maybe she was trans. I don't know, dude. I don't know.
It would have
There
made,
there
it
are
would have
some
made more sense
continuity
if Uma was
errors.
there. It would have made sense if Uma was a board member. I don't know.
Oh god, I disappeared. But you know, this guy's like, I love her. She's nasty, and I'm like, I don't think anybody's ever said that about Amy Schumer, but
Yeah.
pop off.
Nasty.
Who the fuck says that about Amy? I don't know. Nobody who says that about Amy Schumer at all.
Yeah.
Like at all. Like nobody. But Howard, he's chiming in like, well, I heard it was very Z Gallery criteria 92 in Sting's. Okay, correction. They do talk about Sting's place.
Yeah.
For one line, they're like, oh, Sting's place. So anything is better than that. But Nina doesn't understand why Bunny is talking about this. It's her last day, and Bunny's like, well, we're business. We got to sort out Kono's apartment, you know, and Jan bellows, and the therapist is like, okay. He didn't quite. He. This is the weirdest part about this line. He's like, I'm drunk. He says it the straightest way I've ever heard a drunk person talk.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's like, this therapist is.
Who are you trying to convince here, man? Because you're not convincing me. I'm drunk.
Okay.
Okay. Are you implying we can't have a conversation now? Okay, all right.
Yeah.
That's a little strange. Oh, Bunny, you know, we gotta like, come on, you know. But apparently Howard is ready for business though too. He's like the minutes, which we
Oh,
don't
yeah.
ever technically get this explained, but it's kind of giving me like, yes, it's a secret, society type thing, where like, we talk about the minutes. Nina's like, we'll do that next meeting.
So I guess he records whatever they.
I guess he like writes everything down. I don't know.
Yeah, because she told him
Mhm.
like, "Hey, can you go back to this exact date and see?"
But Bunny, she's like, I want it now. And Nina's like, have some fun, god damn it.
Mhm.
And this is where things are getting a little heated because Bunny's like, business, fun, business, fun, business, fun. God damn it. But Bunny doesn't like. Bunny does not like hearing that because, oh Lord, she's like, no, nobody says a word. But then Howard's like, the tension's broken, I guess. He's eating that cookie. What's wrong, Bunny? I've changed my mind. Change your mind? Oh, I don't want to step down. Uh-oh. Nina flips that switch.
And he was like, "What the fuck?" Like,
Bitch, what? Hell no. Get the hell out. Get out of here. You stepping down.
what about the plan?
She's like, plan?
Alright.
Plan. And then this is the most comical part of this whole episode. They all kind of like get on the couch. They're sitting down like it's a TV show. They're like, oh shit. Oh shit. They're gonna start fighting? Hair's gonna be pulled? Come on, let's go. Start fighting. But Nina, uh-oh. Nina asks Howard, what did she say about stepping down in the notes? Pulls out the minutes. November's meeting. Before Howard can even finish that, Bunny's like, no, do not use these. No, don't use the quote from the minutes against me.
Howard.
She's like,
Read
she's
your
like
notes.
she's like a supervillain now. Howard.
Yeah.
She's like, who do I listen to here? Nina, I guess. I can't do this forever. We should pick a new board president. I think Nina Lynn is the best person equipped to carry on my legacy. Uh-oh. Bunny's still... Uh-oh. Bunny's like, oh, I don't know about that. But Bunny suggests that they rushed it, that she has more to teach Nina. Nina's like, oh, no. Why are you holding this place hostage, ma'am?
Yeah.
You're going to hold it hostage till you're dead? And it's like, ooh.
Oof.
Uh-oh.
Oof.
Bunny's like, yo, bitch, you need me here. She's like, well, not really. Like, well, you can't afford to lose this place, can you? And then you're like, oh no. Oh no, what are you doing? And he's like, all right, well, this building needs to be brought into the 21st century. And Bunny's like, what the fuck does that mean? What the hell does that even mean? Nina's like, oh, it needs to be more efficient, modernized, and monetized. And I'm like, so Airbnb?
Yeah. Alright. Charge for
Like-
everything now. Like, so.
Like, is that what you're doing? I don't understand what you're doing. Okay, whatever. But, Bunny, she's like, this building needs to be preserved. Yes, and we talked about this, goddammit. Or were you just there telling me everything I wanted to hear during those dinners, long conversations, and weekly walks? During all three of those things. Was it all just bullshit? And he was like, it's time to step aside. I'm like, what is going on here? This is like a super villain monologue, by the way.
Yeah. You can't,
This shit is like serious.
can't afford it.
And he's like, don't Don't tell me that, you ungrateful bitch. You ungrateful, power-hungry baby bump bitch. And I'm like,
I love
Damn.
how Howard's writing everything like, all right, you said bottom bitch.
okay.
Bitch,
I'm like, all right, well,
I wonder if
Alright.
that comes in
I gotta.
later.
Yeah.
All the meeting notes,
Yeah.
later
Notes,
episodes.
probably.
Mm-hmm.
I think it will.
Nina's like, well, I didn't want to bring this up. They're like, oh no, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh no. Whoa. They're like, oh shit. Don't tell her that. The only reason you're board president is because your mom was board president. But you can't fathom the idea of
Nepotism.
someone else doing
Mm,
this. She's like, oh shit, what are you doing?
you're a nepo baby.
Yes.
She even calls Bunny selfish and self-important and stuck in the past. I'm like, ooh, knife to the heart there, Nina. Ooh. Bunny, you are a relic. Ah. She's like, I can't allow you to make this place one too. And Bunny's like, what? You have no idea what it's like. And I'm like, this is like a boomer and a zoomer arguing. That's what the hell it is right now. Which I feel like there's more that we need to know about Nina. I'm like,
Yeah. Something
there's a
there.
lot of plot holes. Okay, I'm all for you being pregnant and being in charge of the building, but do you have a boyfriend? Did he go away? This has not been explained yet.
No, we
We've
don't
been
know
kind of
about her.
just.
Yeah, we don't know much about Nina.
Yeah, we don't know her
Yeah,
relationship with Bunny. We don't know it.
we just
Other
know
than
she just kind of exists and kind of exists for some time, going
Yeah.
during the first season that we never saw her.
Yeah.
So
I'm expecting a big backstory.
we're gonna get a whole other.
A flashback episode.
That's gonna. I'm gonna feel it during the episode. Couple in love. I don't want to see that shit. I don't want to see that shit. Get out of here. Get out of here. I don't
Can't
want
wait
to see
for her
that
to
shit. I don't want to see people happy in a relationship, building a foundation.
Is she happy though? We don't know.
I don't think so. It don't sound like it. Whatever it is.
I think all that happy stuff is the act, man. The anger in her.
You think?
Bitterness.
But Nina's like, oh wait, no. Bunny's like, I won't let you get away with this. Literally doing the Zack Snyder. No, you won't get away with this. My mother is Nina. Wait, what? But Nina won't let Bunny stop her. And Howard's like, all right. He's like, I'm like, damn, are you writing this whole conversation down? Okay.
Everything down.
Like, but Howard, couldn't you just get a better job where you like, use the skill? Okay, alrighty.
I think, like Henry said, I think it'll come back. That whole conversation's gonna be.
yeah,
Oh,
just the meeting notes in general, that and maybe even previous meetings,
Yeah.
we might learn something. 'Cause obviously there's more here that we don't know yet between her, Nina, and Bunny.
I feel like once we get to the ending, I'm like, yeah.
Because she planned it, right? Because as soon as Bunny was like, actually, I'm not gonna leave, and they all assembled on the couch, it's like, okay, she planned this. Like they planned, they knew that she was gonna like
Get
not
out.
follow through. So she's like, I have a plan. It's like, Howard, pull out the meeting notes so we can
It's
remind
true.
her. And it's just like, okay, you planned this. Like you knew enough about
Yeah.
Bunny to know that she might pull this. So there's obviously more going on here.
Obviously, to a certain degree, they were like, all right, it's gonna be kind of a party, but if it goes south, intervention time.
Intervention time. Yeah. All they need was the sign, the banner sign. Intervention.
I was ready for that. Slide over the marquee.
Yep.
Intervention.
Intervention.
I would have laughed if they did that.
It's like, fuck. Damn it.
But Mabel puts up the last piece of evidence on Bunny's murder. Howard's minutes. Dun, dun, dun. But Charles asked the group who they think killed Bunny. Bunny threatened to paddle their super fans. Really? Did they? Did she? Oh yeah, she did. That's right. Charles brings up that Bunny threatened to fire Lester, but could have just been a joke, Could have been a jokey. Oliver saw Bunny with a brochure of
They get all these clues, by the way. They got all these clues so quick about Lester, about all those things.
oh, come on. We don't need to
I
ask
couldn't
questions,
get
Seb.
everything.
Come on.
I was like, where did this happen? I miss all this?
Don't ask these questions. No, don't ask these questions. But Charles and Mabel, they look confused. They're like, what's this lover angle? I don't know. No, I mean, just thought we would
Her-
suggest it.
Yeah, her boo and in the diner.
You were my boo, my boo. I expected Usher to come out,
Ivan
my
and
boo.
Bunny. And that was definitely a meta joke. Like, oh, we don't have the lover angle last season.
Mm.
Yeah, they're trying to see. The thing is, they're trying to appeal to the people who like the murder shows, but they're also like, murder podcasts are a thing too. Which I'm starting to realize when I listen to more podcasts. I'm like, do people actually listen to murder podcasts? I guess so, yeah.
Yes.
I'm such a hypocrite. I'm like, I listen to the MLK Files, so I technically listen to a murder podcast, technically. So dark road, I know, folks. I just
True
lost all the
crime.
viewers.
True crime is it's audio crack.
True crime. I was about to say True Crime. That's my favorite game series. Never played it though. Never played that game. Sad, I know. I just lost somebody who's a big fan of that game in the chat. They're like, sir, True Crime New York was my favorite video game ever. All right, well, all right.
Sorry to hear that.
Oh, Henry's got opinions on that game. I see.
I mean, I don't remember the games that much. There's so many video games. It is what it is.
They were games.
Yeah, but just like the game of them trying to figure out maybe if maybe it was Nina or I don't know. Because she didn't want to step down. Well, I don't know. We got to find more out about Nina, which I'm like, you guys are just leading into next episode being more about Nina, aren't you? Yeah, I think so. But Oliver gets that little microphone out. All right. Possibly the pregnant protege made a promiscuous power play. Oliver is on fire. I am doing better.
For me.
He's so confident too. He's like, man, I'm doing so much better. They're like, all right, buddy, calm down here.
We're game strong.
They're like, all right, calm down. But Bunny is cleaning up after the party, which is like, really? These assholes have the, they do that, and then they're like,
yeah, she has to clean up for like.
all right, whatever. The birds got nothing to say to her. You think I'm just a stubborn relic too? Before she can get an answer, Bunny hears the Scooby-Doo gang with a banjo. Did they actually? Well, okay, that's right. That is actually like a deep reference because like Steve Martin does actually have a band and he played. It's also a deep reference because Steve Martin in back in the day in his stand-up days. This is like a deep reference for somebody who's like a Steve Martin fan. The fact that he plays the banjo and shit like that. So I thought that was kind of like, oh, they're winking at the camera. If you know, you know. If you don't, whatever, At least that one wasn't in your face, like whatever.
Oh.
Like we're not, we're putting this joke down your throat.
Yeah, it's not like Ice Cube saying that today is a good day. It's not ending like that.
What movie was that? I'm trying to think what that was. Was it it's that movie that came out around Coco, right? What the hell was the name of it? See, I remember the actual good movie. I don't remember the other one. Oh, the Book of the Dead or the Day of the Dead. I'll put it up on screen. I don't. I think it was a Guillermo del Toro movie. I could be wrong about that. Or maybe it wasn't. I don't know. These things. And Henry's thinking about something else. He's like,
Yeah, I don't know.
because of the way Ice Cube references this.
He's done it multiple times, so
That's right. Ice Cube's like, let me reference this intellectual property of the song I have
Mhm.
that is totally contradicting my whole career. I kid, that's actually a pretty good song.
it is a really good song.
I love how everybody was like, man, you're not talking about like negative shit. And I'm like, is an artist not allowed to be happy for once? Goddamn.
No.
No, you got to be in the struggle, man. Okay. I love his reaction. He was just like in the VH1 behind the music. Whatever. But you know, Bunny's like, all right, I got to go follow that music. She knocks on that door. And then Mabel's like, whoa, hi, Bunny. Were we being too loud? And she's like, shockingly, Bunny is like, no, you were not. And I'm like, huh. I wonder why Bunny's in such a good mood all of a sudden. This is weird. She's all like, oh, yes, what's up? Oh, well, you know, I have this champagne for you, which is like, oh, Bunny was paying attention to the conversation they were having in the elevator. You know, here's some nice champagne. And they're all like, oh, well, thank you very much. We appreciate you. And what does Bunny finally do? Well, I guess you did save, you know, the building with dumb luck, but the results were the same. So thank you.
It's like, what? Wait, so can I record that?
They're like,
Can for the podcast?
What? One more time, please. Thank what? It's like that scene in the SpongeBob. I'm sorry. But they're all like, oh yes, we love we. I hate this scene because I'm like, oh, you know, she just got through being really sweet to them,
Yeah.
and they're like, oh yes, thank you. Here you go.
Here's some merch.
Here's a hoodie. Here's a hoodie. There you go. You probably bought this expensive champagne for us.
That was very uncouth because it's like if someone comes to your house or place of residence and brings you a bottle of alcohol for you to open pretty much there, you're drinking right now. You can't invite them in for one glass, like to help share. Like that's just
that was a
dog.
dick move.
That was so sad to see. I was like, God, poor Bunny, man.
Well,
like,
it's especially worse because they're all like, oh, you know, put it on. And Bunny's like hesitant. She's not gonna like put it on, but then she's like, oh no, put it on. And they're all like kind of like, you know, gassing her up a little bit, like, oh, you know, it looks great. You think it's going great, right? Like, you know,
slam.
they're getting along. All right, Bunny. See you later.
Slam.
And then they have this awkward conversation of, do you guys think that she wanted to join? And if this was real life, I'm like, why did you guys just not invite her in? I don't understand.
Yeah.
So rude. Like, got no manners.
She's been pretty mean to them last season. So I get it, but still, come on.
But like, she's actually being nice for once, and they just like slammed the door.
She wore the hoodie. She liked the gift. I'm like, come on, like, let her in.
But they're all like talking to each other behind the door, like, what do we do?
I would have opened the door.
It especially got weird because she started crying, and I'm like, the minute I start to hear crying, I'm like,
yes.
It even got to that point. I'm like, open the door. That's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
What's going on?
And they're even commenting on it. Oh, she's a whaler. I never took her to be a whaler.
I'm
It's
like, wait, why are y'all being assholes now? You're the ones being the assholes.
Yeah, man. Like, just let her in. Just crying in front of the hallway, man.
And they take the time to watch her individually, and I'm like,
like,
what the fuck are you guys doing? What is this? What the fuck is this shit? And then they slowly think about it. They're like, oh, Mabel has the audacity to be like, Bunny? Like all acting her ass off. Selena Gomez is like, oh, Bunny? You know, true to her word, Bunny's like, You slammed the door on me, I slammed the door on you,
Wow,
bitch.
it's like, fuck you there. Damn.
All right, well, I guess we're which technically they don't have to really move it to the roof. I don't know why they're doing that. They could, just turn their music down.
Didn't they say like I guess they didn't want to attack her or make her feel bad? So like,
I guess, but I feel like that's a loophole of how can we get these characters on the roof and just say we're gonna make the private party happen up there. I mean, it's like if they wanted to be, but they're not being decent people right now. What am I saying? They're not being.
Have they ever really been on the roof together?
Mabel has.
Yes.
Yeah, I know
because
Mabel
some
has.
things happen up there.
Okay.
Yeah, but not.
Yeah,
not the two
because
of them.
because like in the first episode, that's where they. I think that's where they.
For Zoe.
I think they have a couple meetings up there actually. Yeah.
Okay.
They
I couldn't
do that.
remember. That was a hangout that all three of them went through, or that was just like Mabel.
At least once or twice. They at least once or twice. At least Charles and Mabel were up there separately from memory.
But
could be wrong about
but
that.
it makes sense to me for them to go up there. I get the feeling like okay, we don't want to upset her, listening to us having a good time, so let's just take it outside. And,
But also, no mention of Oscar. Just had to put that out there.
Oh yeah, no Oscar.
Yeah, they're like,
about Oscar, by the way.
It's like this doesn't. Even if he's not around, it's just weird that he just isn't mentioned or just like nothing.
Yeah, the hoodie thing makes
But
sense.
there's no mention of me. Where am I at? Where's my character?
Get the fuck
Where
out
am
of here!
I? Get out of here, Michael. Nobody wants you.
The hoodie thing makes sense, but I think they retracted something because I think they added last minute like the print on the front. Because I don't think that was there the season finale. I don't think so. I think they added that print like, oh, how do we write Oscar out? Actually, it's merch. Let's just put some print in there. Okay.
I guess they're like,
Sense, I guess.
get out of here.
But I guess a little detail.
But whatever. Charles does a monologue about not. He's like, oh yes, we don't have evidence to prove it, but we did not kill Bunny Folger, which is like,
We could have saved her though.
it's kind of not a great look that they're like, oh yes, we did not kill her, but we did not save her.
Yeah.
Which I feel like this is like, it's not a great look for you guys to release this.
Her last moments were making her sad and upsetting her.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute.
You might want to release these episodes together and not one by one, because if they just listen to this episode, it's not gonna look good for y'all.
This one's not gonna look good for you guys because like you guys are just being assholes to Bunny. But with a simple act of kindness. Here's a thought. Why didn't you just not be an asshole in the moment?
Yeah.
Sorry. Not sorry.
That was uncalled.
It's totally out of character because I'm like, the fuck are they doing?
I mean, it makes sense because Bunny was never nice to them. It makes sense because Bunny was never nice to them. But still, come on. Like,
I think at least one of them would have been like, maybe you should come in. I can see
Mabel was
Oliver.
trying. Mabel's thinking about it, but it was too late.
Yeah. Oh, she was too slow. She was too slow on that.
She's like, anyways. But they get to their destination on the roof. Uh-oh. Somebody else's feet come onto the elevator on the other side. Who is it? We don't know. We just see feet. But Charles suggests one more toast to Mabel. Dink. But Charles in his monologue suggests that Bunny acted like as if she was better than you. Well, she was probably right, But she's sitting there watching TV. And we now know where the "I did it" line came from. It was from the TV. Charles goes on to say that Bunny had tons of secrets, stories, and forgotten wisdom she'll take to the grave. But Mabel, she's on the roof, suggesting that they're Guys, there are a couple of loose ends. And I love the subtlety of the scene, by the way. I feel like there's a couple of loose ends. Police sirens. Foreshadowing, I see you are doing a show.
We have 7 more episodes. They are.
We'll see if they're any good. But Bunny hears a knock at the door, and Charles says that Bunny always put the building first. But Bunny responds. She responds. Lele Pons at the door. Not really. Anyways.
Oof, no.
Could you imagine? I'm in this show now.
You want to talk about Amy Schumer? Amy Schumer's like is a million times funnier than Lele Pons. Like a million times more funnier and talented.
Oh man, that's our new Jimmy Kimmel. All right, Lele Pons. All right, well, moving on, folks. But it's somebody at the door. She's like, "Oh no, what are you doing?" But Mabel goes to go get some champagne in her place. Bunny, she's being, struggling. Oh no, God no! Oh God! I love how they don't explain this part. Mabel just walks in her door. Oh no, Bunny! End credits.
Because I guess the killer took her to Mabel's apartment to frame her.
Yeah,
I
because
guess, yeah.
because Bunny was
why.
laying in the middle of her floor when Mabel goes into her apartment.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
My question is, like, does Bunny know this killer? Because when she opened the door, she was like, "What are you doing here?" That was like the first thing she said.
Mm,
I think whoever the killer is was the person on the phone. Obviously.
Yeah, obviously, it has something to do with the painting. Like, yeah,
mm.
I don't think it's Nina. That's too obvious. I think it's too obvious to her.
It does
I think-
seem kind of obvious.
Or maybe it's too obvious that people won't expect it, and it's actually her. I don't know. But
We could imply maybe it's Mabel's like fling girlfriend thing over there, but I feel like maybe that's too easy of a target because of art.
Oh, because the whole art thing. I think you're right though. It is someone that Bunny knows. I think it is like
yeah,
she recognized whoever it was.
I have a theory in my head right now. It's Uma all along.
it's Uma.
Pulls off the thing Scooby Doo style.
Oh my god.
Uma.
I think is because I think they're going with the theme of like, oh, we're stepping up every season. I think this time it'll be like maybe 2 or 3 killers together. I think one of them is Cara Delevingne in the art scene.
I mean, if she ain't a
think
killer,
Charles'
she's at least
dad-
weird.
She's definitely involved or
I think-
like something.
I think Charles' dad is not dead. I think he's alive.
Yeah.
I don't think it's. I don't.
No,
think the
I
dude
think he's. Yeah, I mean,
I think he's alive. I don't know who is gonna play him, but
it's going to be Brad Pitt.
Damn. I mean, sure.
Put him up in prosthetics. Like it's what the hell was that movie where he reversed and there you go.
Oh, Benjamin Button, yeah.
Well, I think it's, and I think maybe the third one could be or someone else because that person that came out, it looked like he was wearing like a.
It's Lester.
I don't know. It did not look old. The person did not look old. That person was older. I don't know.
It's the therapist. You
I don't
never
know.
pay me for your session.
But I think it's Charles' dad, Cara Delevingne. I forgot her name. Alice.
Ooh,
Alice?
let's see. Let's see if our theory is right here. I don't know.
And Nina, maybe. I don't know.
Nina, I feel like she's a scapegoat. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
If I have one complaint this episode, I think Nina's character was being villainy at that one scene at the party. meeting. That was a little like Star Wars Emperor shit. I was like, whoa. Like,
I do feel that ties into something that Howard said in earlier though, because
yeah.
during the funeral he's like, oh, Nina's a bitch. So
Mhm.
So
Maybe
can
that's
clearly see
just
now.
maybe that's just how it really played out.
Because at least Bunny was like up front with her meanness. She'll tell you up straight up, like, I don't like you. But
Mhm.
Nina's more like calculated, like, I'll be nice to you. I don't really like you, but I'm passive aggressive.
Mhm.
Yeah,
She's kind of it's scary. I don't know.
we'll see if
I wanna
she's really a villain. I don't know.
I don't know, but we'll see. But also I have a little nitpick. This follows
Oh
like the
no.
same theory, the same layout the Better Call Saul does with like the timeline. How
Oh,
the
hold
actors.
on. Taking my headphones off. I haven't seen it.
Oh no, it's not. Oh, it's not. No,
Oh,
no, no
Mhm.
okay.
spoilers.
All
I've
right.
only seen the
No
first two.
spoilers. No, I'm just saying like how, because you've seen like El Camino stuff like that. You know how some actors like don't look the same how they're supposed to look like later on or something, like their bodies change.
Yeah, it's because of like the non-linear storytelling, since it's like a
Exactly.
prequel, but also like happening at the same time eventually, but also becomes a sequel.
Exactly.
So it's like,
And
yeah,
you could tell some time passed because like two actors look different. It's just supposed to be this time span of a few days. Like that one fan guy, he looked a little skinnier this time. All of a sudden, he looked way different than last season. I'm like, okay, well, I'll just let that go. But also, I thought the season finale was that same night they captured Jan, right? But then they said it was like, oh, it's a few days later.
yeah. Apparently, it was a week later because that you know
Yeah, I was like, huh?
because when they had the the little party out there and she was trying to break it up because of violations. They were like, "Oh yeah," because last week they caught Jan. It's been a week since
Okay,
then. So
okay,
yeah,
Yeah, suddenly he lost some
okay.
weight. He was like,
I missed that detail then.
it's like,
it
oh
was
my
it's only been
gosh,
a week.
he lost
But
some weight.
Okay,
Oh
I was
shit.
confused. I thought it was like the same night they captured her.
yeah, I thought so too. But then I remember it's like, yeah, it was that little detail there where it's kind of like you can easily miss it because it was just like a
Okay,
throwaway line.
yeah, but okay, it makes sense now. It makes sense. But no, I don't know how you guys think, but this is like an amazing episode. Like it's my favorite episode of the series so far. I
It's definitely
love
progressively
it.
gotten better because we started off kind of rough,
Yeah,
The first
and then
episode.
everything was
Yeah.
great. Like
kind of
cinematography
like
was great.
She-Hulk. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, like the cinematography was great. The writing was really good.
Yeah.
Bunny's character arc was
Yeah,
I love story. I was like, oh man, I actually, man, it sucks that I have to know you now and you're dead. I'm like, fuck.
exactly. That's how I felt. It's
Like
like,
I
man,
like you now and you're gone. I'm like,
I
god damn
feel
it, we need
I
more
actually
flashbacks.
understand you.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
damn.
like kudos to the writers to make me like not like you in the beginning, and now
Now they're like, you like her? Yeah, too bad.
like
See you
I'll
later.
same thing with Nina. Like, oh, you like her now? She's
Mhm. It's
like,
like this is
They're gonna be
was
like,
like
shh, stay up.
like Walking Dead. Every time someone gets
yes.
that episode where it's like, oh, this seems pretty cool. They're gone.
Boom, it's
They're gone.
gone. I'm
They're
like,
gone very soon.
damn it. I
Yep.
need to like you. That sucks. But I love this episode. It's my favorite episode. I don't know. What do you guys thought?
It's pretty good. I liked it. Objectively, of the three, this is like
Yes,
obviously the best so far.
yeah, I
Most
love.
serious. I thought episode 2 was definitely a step in the right direction, but they were still like
Yeah,
heavily relying on the meta humor. Like,
yeah.
hey guys, hey. Here they're like, all right, get your jokes out at the beginning. We got serious shit to talk about. Come on.
Yeah, like we have a story to tell, and it's good. It's like I was enraptured with the mystery. I'm like, oh my god,
They're like,
huh?
all right.
Twists and turns. God
Mm,
damn, loved it. I love it. Still don't know what's going on. I'm in.
mm. Yeah, I yeah, I did really like this episode. I think it's the best episode of this season so far. Just like what y'all was saying, it's just like the character work was really good, especially with Bunny, where I was just like completely on board with her character and understanding her. And I was like, dang, I kind of actually wish we actually see more of her, even though she's dead. Maybe we get some more flashbacks with her. And I was just like, dang. I don't know if it's the best episode of the series so far because I think that fan fiction episode might be one of my favorites that sticks out. And then also the one before it, one with the uh the man who was deaf and was like a lot of the episode
Oh,
was like with sign language and everything. That was really well done. But this, I think this is definitely like in the top tier of the episodes, like of the series. Yeah, I really did enjoy it a lot, and it does seems to be a lot of foreshadowing of like things that we don't have context for yet. It's just there, and then later when stuff starts to pop up, it's like, oh, that's what that, like the meeting minutes. Like, why is this so important? It's like obviously
yeah.
this means something.
And I think like her acting was, underappreciated, but now she had her moment to shine out in this episode. And I can, like, so far I can tell like they have better mystery here, a lot of things to analyze and figure out.
Yeah, because literally in season 1 they were like, "All right,
Yeah, we have like
here you go."
this uh Lincoln Lane mystery, which is that's out of the way, and then we have Jan. Yeah. This one is like we have a big mystery, like a lot of things connected to it, and there's a lot of details to you can miss that could be important. Things are more confident with you. Sure. Hopefully, next episode, going keep the momentum.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. Can be nervous. My grandpa can show up next episode. Who knows? It's Michael Rappaport.
I don't know. Look what
Yeah,
y'all
I kind
did.
of hope that they don't. Oh no, no!
Hi guys, what's up? I'm back. Michael, get the
Where's
hell.
your
What are you doing?
Where's your partner? Where's
I don't
Where is she?
know.
Where is she?
I don't know. She went on a journey to the west side. Michael, nobody talks like that in New York. I don't know what you're talking about, man. We all talk.
we don't talk like that around here.
Come on,
No.
get out of here.
You guys ready for my arc? My solo
Oh,
episode?
oh no! You saw the
Maybe
man
we have
behind the
to
camera.
we gotta
Great
play
arc.
some mumble rap. Maybe that'll get him get him.
I can't.
No, let's talk about Ariana
Episode,
Grande, and then he'll be like, "Oh God,
Huh?
oh no."
Did you
I
guys think
will.
we're gonna get an Amy Schumer back to the episode?
I don't know. Maybe
Um,
she's. I don't know.
I feel like we would have to soon because of that plot line with trying to work with Oliver in
Yeah.
doing the show. So I feel like, well, and this is my worry, like in the first season, because I think we all kind of felt this, where there was like episode or two in the middle where it started to meander away from the mystery a little bit, like with Mabel and her like mother and that type of stuff, where it wasn't bad, but it was just like it was too much of a detour.
Yeah, I
Whereas
didn't like
like
that episode.
this felt too much like in the middle when you have like multiple, you have two mysteries going on with Tim Kono and their friend from back in the day when she got pushed off the building. Like you had these two things that were like kind of might be related, might not be, and then we like divert over to like her mom or this and that, and I'm like,
Yeah, hopefully we
this.
don't get like too much of a pause.
Mm,
They're gonna be like Michael Rappaport, yeah, on the podcast.
I
That's
hope
what
this
they're
one
gonna do.
episode. I hope one episode is not about Amy Schumer. Hope that the whole
yeah, I
episode.
mean they're smart. Like they'll have whatever going on with that plot line helps them solve one of the mysteries.
Yeah.
Like her poking or prodding, helps something. So hopefully it's
I
not.
don't know. Like, are we getting back to the Brazos reboot?
Oh yeah.
Are we getting back to that at some point? No.
On the Brazos reboot. Get out
Oh
of here.
god. Oh my god.
That picture, bro.
He's
What the
Brazos
fuck?
brother.
That picture, man. Let's
I'm Brazos' brother. Hi guys.
Catch me on next episode of Phony Murders in the
I gotta.
episode.
I'm trying to figure out what this is on my shirt. It's something. Okay.
What
Now
the
it's a
hell?
now it's a tiger, guys. Back to my shirt. Tiger. Shirt. Tiger. Oh God. I don't know what the hell that was. All right. Well,
That was something.
oh, that was so stupid.
That's what we do.
Oh. All right. I think it's time to end this podcast.
I think so.
I think we're done. We've hit our limit. We've hit our hour and 40 minute that we hit with these episodes. We seem to be getting more. As you can see, our interest in the mystery is more in depth now. Ooh.
Yeah, we have some possible suspects.
Okay, now can we spend the last 10 minutes talking about Jimmy Fallon?
You showed up in this season, man. You murdered us.
Man, I'm so sad. Jimmy Fallon.
Jim Fallon's been laying low. Like it's mainly Jimmy Kimmel who's been getting depressed. That's who you need to worry about. Jimmy Fallon's
Yeah.
like, I've just been doing my show,
Yeah.
doing this little laugh and
Yeah.
mind his business.
Let's just say, don't watch Jimmy Kimmel Live. Just watch Abbott Elementary, please.
Stream out.
Go watch Abbott Elementary. I don't know who this Jimmy Kimmel guy is. I don't know who the fuck that is.
And show.
Oh. Ugh.
A big oof.
That's my favorite show. Why do I feel like Michael Rappaport would say, "Oh man, the Man Show, that was great." I've tried. It's terrible. I can't.
No.
Oof, I remember watching it as it aired, and yeah.
You were unlucky. I'm sorry.
So when Comedy Central was hot, so I was just watching everything was on there and didn't realize how bad it was until a little bit later, where it's kind of like this show's kind of not that great.
Ma'am, will you have sex with me?
Oof.
God, that clip is terrible. I'm like, how did Jimmy Kimmel have a career after this?
I don't know how, but he's one of the survivors, one of the few survivors that kind of made it up.
I don't know. But Seb over here has a career that he'll tell you all about on his channel. Seb, where can the people find you?
Yes, you can follow me on Instagram at Sebish. Don't follow Henry. He is found.
My cat's trying to interrupt your plug here. I don't know if the audience can hear that or not.
Time to go. But
Cat's
Henry,
like,
you don't want to be found, right? You don't want to be found. Nothing like that.
Oh no, I'm in the audience of the Man Show, so you can find it. So, actually, that's not a good thing. I was too young, dude.
You already said it. My favorite show, The Man Show. They have tigers. They're so manly.
Oh my God.
Oh no. What about you, Andy? What you got on the channel? What's up?
All right, we got Andrew. You found me here. Andrew Stead on the YouTube channel, movie reviews, podcast. You already found this podcast on the channel, but wait, there's more. There's more. We're actually on the Twitch now, on Twitch Steady Medley.
Yeah, I saw that.
Capital S, capital M, Steady Medley. Look me up. We're streaming Stuntman Ignition. We're on the road to 5 stars. Trying to get those achievements, man. So yeah. Might actually get the DLC as well. I think that
Okay.
means.
You answered my question. I was like, what would be your next game? But you already said DLC.
Yeah. I thought about Chicken Little, but I'll wait on that.
Oh wow.
I know you just said you were like, ooh, it's a terrible Disney movie.
Yes.
Like, ugh, Zach
Wow.
Braff. Ugh. Oh God.
That's a good accent though.
Ugh.
Oh man. Hey man, shut up. That was my gay awakening, man. Come on. When they sing I will yes.
Scrubs is good.
Scrubs is great. Too bad him and what's her name? I was supposed to say Lele Pons. That's not her name. Florence Pugh. Pew. Yeah, I looked it up. You actually say it like Florence Pugh. Pew pew
Oh,
pew, like a gun. Pew.
Hmm.
No, she's single now, I guess. I don't know. She had something going on there. That was weird.
No. Well, good for her, I guess.
This is a weird way to end the podcast.
Well,
All right,
Good for her.
TMZ. We talked about real life people. I somehow segued that from Chicken Little to real life.
Yeah, I don't know how you did it. But you did it.
But yeah, go find me on the Twitch, the YouTube. Oh wait, that's right. Last plug we got here. Scratch that. Let's talk about this. Me and Alvaro are going to talk about Brent Faiyaz's new album, Wasteland.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. The tale of a toxic man and his toxic relationship. Great album though. Love it. Better than Drake.
Oh.
Oh, right. Hey, you better chill out before he DMs you.
Oh no. Oh.
Mm,
Ooh.
mm. You might get a 1 star on your.
Hey, oh no. Drake, don't tell me my existence is a light one. Come on, man. Oh, what a weird beef that is with the melon head. I'm not. Go watch Scratch That. Let's talk about this. Me and Alvaro are going to talk about that tomorrow, but it'll be up on Friday. All right. Thanks for enjoying it. Next week, we'll see what happens next week in episode 4. Only Murders in the Building. We're out. See you later.
Through the way.